Welcome back to another episode. The students have been busy this week wrapping up our F-150, which has been sold and gone. Work continues on the Suburban and the Nova, and they're also beginning the process of replacing an engine in a Subaru. Some students also replaced some spring bushings in a trailer, and the 48 Chevy has really been blown apart. There's a lot of work that's taken place this past week, and we think you're going to enjoy that. And also, for those of you that are wondering if last week's replacement of the fuel pump took care of our Jeep starting problem, that's a yes. Starts the first time, every time.
We diagnosed this truck with no heat as a bad blend door actuator switch. We had a donor truck with the same switch.
Warm again. Cool, that's it.
While bleeding the brakes on the Nova, we weren't getting much fluid from the rear. The flexible brake hose was restricted, so we replaced it.
Alright, so you want to tighten it down first and then
No.
Okay.
Never mind. Because you said it was slanted. It was like that.
Oh, yeah,
You
it
said
was
the hole was slanted.
No.
So here's what some of you have been waiting on, for us to get started on our 48 Chevy. Not only did we get started on it, but 4 key students really blew this thing apart in short order, as you're about to see. Also, inside the car, we found a catalog from a company called Chevs of the 40s. They're out of Vancouver, Washington, and we're going to be utilizing that company for a lot of the parts that we're going to need in our build. So we really hope you stay tuned each week to see the transformation of this vehicle. Share it with your friends, and hope you enjoy it.
Alright, it's ready to come off. As part of the engine removal, the students drained oil and coolant.
Okay.
They hooked up our air conditioning recycling machine so they could vacuum out the refrigerant. Disconnected some of the key connectors. And removed the starter.
Starter drive is bad on the 48, so we're removing the starter to repair it.
So this is the starter drive off of our 48 Chevy. You can see the drive gear here that meshes with the flywheel is pretty loose in the housing. And inside this housing is a sprag clutch. It's designed to only allow the gear to turn one direction. As you can see, this gear turns in both directions, so that's why I wasn't turning the engine over. So we've got a new one of these on order, should be here soon. Then we'll be able to start this engine up before we finish tearing the car completely apart. Next time on Bulldog Builds, we'll get our new starter drive put in our 48 Chevy and get it fired up. We'll get a little further along on our Harley saddlebags, and we'll check in to see how far along the students are in getting that engine out of the Subaru. See you next week.